All righty. Good morning, everybody, or wherever you guys are chiming in from. Thank you so much for joining the Pet Sustainability Coalition and Pets Plus webinar series, Critical Sustainability Strategies for Retailers, Part 2. My name is Andrea Zobor, and I am the Positive Impact Program Coordinator. And I first would like to thank Pets Plus for this series, as collaboration throughout our industry is crucial for moving our sustainability movement forward. And with the success of this webinar series, we look forward to bringing you more education and inspiration from our accredited community on the positive impact that we do every day. So part 2 of this series continues on from part 1, helping retailers learn where to find sustainable brands in the industry, making real positive impact for pets, people, and planet. Take note of any and all questions throughout the presentation that you may have, as we will open up a question and answer portion at the end of the presentation. All right, so the Pet Sustainability Coalition is a nonprofit which currently serves the pet industry by advancing business and through environmental and social practices. Of our initial 8 founding member companies, we have since then grown to over 100 companies that you can see here over our 6 years of impact. As part of our growth, our Positive Impact program is now retailer facing, which is why we bring you here today. We want to help bridge the gap between retailers, brands, and manufacturers to further expand our sustainability movement. So this slide may look familiar to some of you who joined us for our part 1, as the primary areas of business return can generally be clumped into 2 different categories that are profitability boosting. Those that reduce bottom line costs and those that increase top line sales. A deeper dive into this data can be found on part 1, which is currently live on our Pet Sustainability Coalition YouTube channel. And that link is also in our chat box for those of you to check in on during the presentation at any time. We really highly recommend you revisit and refresh yourselves with this part 1, as this tunes into more of the data points and better connects the content that we're going over today. So as much of this top line growth opportunity is directly influenced by the consumer demand for sustainable products and practices, we wanted to bring you some data points as to what consumers are currently saying about sustainability in the industry. 89% of Americans already feel that businesses should be operating in a way that benefits society and the environment. And this can be broken down into 3 different sections. First being trust and loyalty. Consumers are willing to be more loyal and to support purpose-driven companies rather than companies who are just putting out a new product. Active and innovative. So this comes into where consumers are ready to hold companies accountable as far as their sustainability mission and the practices that they, in order to uphold those standards and to make sure that companies are doing what they say they are supposed to. Lastly, willingness to pay. With millennials being the largest pet owning generation in history, we see that they're really willing to put their money where their mouths are. So in that sense, sustainability has become a profitable section, especially in the pet industry. So what makes a company sustainable? Within our industry as a retailer, do you know where to find these sustainable companies? Do you know what makes a company sustainable? How do you think companies get awards and recognition for being quote unquote green? These are the questions all retailers should be asking themselves before stocking product on their shelves and selling it to customers. I'd like to introduce everybody to this interactive session. Let's take a look at what you guys think by voting on a poll now. Once we have a 90% percentage of attendee votes, we will go ahead and review those results. Again, what is the question that we're pondering today? How do you know a company's sustainable claims are authentic? Barbara, if you could start the poll now, you guys are good to vote. So as you guys are voting, I will go over some of those options and give you guys some examples of what we are trying to look at today. So first and foremost, there are certifications like organic and fair trade. We also have the recognition based on popularity and votes. This can come from highest votes on a social media platform or campaign, as well as submissions into a ballot. Marketing and brand campaigns, which are very convincing and aligned with the sustainability message, and can elaborate that brand awareness very well. Lastly, we have industry awards. Some of you may know the Eco Excellence Award or the Pet Age Eco Retailer. All these things are potentials for how retailers can navigate what companies are in fact sustainable. So let's see, currently we have 75% certifications. We have 8% marketing and brand campaigns, 8% industry awards. It looks like most of you are aligning with that certifications piece as your top option. Well, thank you for voting. Barbara, you are good to close that piece. So although all 4 of these are really good answers for this particular question, there is no single answer, which is why we're proving here today how difficult it is for retailers to confidently know how legitimate these claims really are, which is why the Pet Sustainability Coalition launched the Positive Impact Program of accredited companies in the industry based on quantifiable metrics and sustainability performance. The Positive Impact Program is based on the foundation of business as a force for good, rewarding the companies who demonstrate drive and passion for change in all key 4 areas of the Quick Impact Assessment, or our third-party assessment, which you can see here on the right: environment, community, workers, and governance. Brands and manufacturers, as well as suppliers, are required to take our third-party platform assessment, demonstrate improvement year after year, and verify their impact to earn a spot in our collaborative and recognized community. We hold our companies accountable for retailers by using the assessment and our organization's globally recognized tools, resources, and implementation support. So today we have invited 3 of our highest performing brands amongst our top 20 positive impact community, and they're here today to share their unique stories with you. So let's go ahead and welcome Rebecca Rose, CEO and founder of Ink Clover Research, to get us started with these positive impact stories. Rebecca, you are good to bring your audio and video on.
All right. Go. Hello from Boulder, Colorado this morning. I'm going to talk to you today about Ink Clover. I founded Ink Clover in 1996 to develop the most effective, highest quality, scientifically formulated supplements for dogs and for cats. So if you look at the next slide, that's me on the bottom left, and I'm walking with my dogs. That's Lucky on the leash with me and Wilson. And this is in my backyard. At this point, I had absolutely no idea that my journey into animal wellness would start when the National Institutes of Health and Center for Disease Control awarded me $1.5 million to study the physiology of health in women. When that work was completed, I took the principles from the NIH and CDC work and I transitioned them into the physiology of health in dogs and cats. We developed the first joint supplement, Connectin, to be clinically tested in veterinary university trials with pets, not with lab beagles who were injected with arthritis. This was such a new concept and such a way of marrying the ethical with the natural and the results of our study with Connectin were so positive that I was invited to Tufts Veterinary School to present to a large meeting of veterinarians. My vision was that the veterinarians would be so excited by the combination of ethical testing with a natural formulation that they would be waiting in line to find out how to get Connectin following the presentation of my scientific findings. The reality was not one veterinarian showed up for my talk. It was a completely empty room. They just simply were not ready for this story. I knew that the science and that the results that we had were powerful. And I knew this was a strong argument, and that it was that the fact was that pets really deserve to have this approach to supplementation. So I had a long flight home from Boston to Denver and decided that the market was really ready to hear this message, and that I just needed to get the story to the right people. And so I decided that local independent retailers were the right place to start. So when I got back, I contacted our local independent hardware store that has a 1,500 square foot pet section, McGuckin Hardware, and I asked them if they would consider carrying Connectin. They immediately said yes, and Connectin quickly became a top selling SKU within their set. We now have over 40 supplement SKUs that follow our foundation of effective, quality, and scientifically formulated supplements. Our customers like our story, and they tend to shop at independents where they can get the personal attention that they need. We don't sell to Chewy. We still educate whoever will listen to the message. And in 2005, we had expanded into independent pet stores all across the United States. And at that point, we really needed more help in the company in order to supply the independent retailers with samples and with our kitted products. At that point, I discovered that intellectually disabled adults are underemployed, even though they have job coaching. And so I worked with a local nonprofit to bring intellectually disabled adults into Enclover to assemble products, such as our Connectin 20 count soft chews, our Optigest the 7 count sticks, and our Optigest 60 stick boxes. If any of you have seen those, then the people who work with us, and I don't know if that slide, if it's still up, Andrea, but the people in the slide that work with us are actually the ones who are packaging this material. And in the slide, there are pictures of a couple of the, if we can go up to the one right above that. Oh, just one up. To the picture of the people that, so if you look on this bottom picture, and if you look at the man who's in the lower left, that's William. William has worked for Enclover for 5 years, and he's very quiet and just does his job. It doesn't say a lot. And so just the other day, I overheard William thanking one of our employees in the hallway. And the employee said, thanks for what? And he said, William said, thank you for letting me do what I love to do, to be able to work. And that just really took me back, because we all have the opportunity to work, but we have to remember that with this population, that's not always the case. We find that 21% of intellectually disabled adults are unemployed. And we compare that with our Boulder statistic of 2.4% of adults that are unemployed. Enclover has provided work for more than 40 intellectually disabled adults, and they've worked for over 10,000 hours in our facility. We're going on 15 years of partnership with them. Pet sustainability has really helped us to understand that sustainable practices include people and the communities that we serve. It's not just whether you recycle or not, it's so much bigger than that. And what was most important for us was that the Pet Sustainability Coalition tools allowed us to quantify and measure results. And we know that if you can measure it, you can improve it. So as a member of PSC since 2005, we have seen our quality impact scores go up year over year. We implemented the supply chain code of conduct to see our quality increase year over year. And our team has benefited from the educational tools that PSC provides. I'm really proud that Enclover won the Top Impact Award for supplements, and I appreciate the opportunity to share our story with all of you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Next up, we have Leslie Ellis, who is the Communications Manager of Healthy Pet. Leslie, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Andrea. Good morning from sunny Bellingham, Washington, believe it or not. So we are Healthy Pet. We make sustainable natural pet products, Oco Cat and Simply Pine natural cat litter, Carefresh and Critter Care small animal bedding, and our Puppy Go Potty dog litter. Next slide. So Healthy Pet was founded as Absorption Corp back in 1985 in the Pacific Northwest, and we used reclaimed waste string paper fiber from a local tissue manufacturer. And it was used to soak up oil spills and then eventually was developed for small pet bedding and cat litter. So we like to say that we were green before green was a thing. We've been proudly producing natural pet products from sustainably sourced, responsibly rescued, renewable materials for more than 30 years. And recently, we were ranked in the top 20 of all the companies who did the positive impact performance assessment, and where we achieved Tier 3 status, which we're super proud of. We are very committed to being a purpose-driven company, focused on continually improving our sustainability practices while collaborating with the PSC for the betterment, of course, of the pet industry and our planet. Next slide, please. So last year, after we attended the insightful Impact Unleash event, we decided we needed a new mission statement because our old one just really wasn't working for us after we attended that event. So we wanted something that was to better convey our purpose in a more succinct way. So we developed this, and it was just revealed in September with the launch of our new website. Basically, we want Healthy Pet to be best in home. We make pets more at home naturally. And again, we create pet bedding and litter made from sustainably sourced natural plant fiber. And again, that's really because we wanted to include the sustainability message in everything we do. Okay, next. So in 2015, when we started partnering with the PSC, we really began exploring, new ways to expand our sustainability other than just making a sustainable product. So we leveraged the expertise of PSC and our local nonprofit Sustainable Connections and really developed a meaningful program and objectives to pursue. And since the launch of that program, we've come so far. I mean, we didn't even have recycling back then. We threw away all our plastic bags, and now we've gone from, having tons of garbage every week to having only one container a year. It's amazing. So one of the in the latest assessment, one of our highest ranking areas though was community, which includes the charitable giving. So last year we decided to launch our donation programs, and Oco Cause for Paws and Carefresh gives back. And so far we've donated over 5,000 bags of bedding, 10,000 pounds of cat litter, and we supported hundreds of pet adoptions where we give coupons for adopters to redeem at their local retailer. And then we also scored really well as far as spending on local suppliers, and we achieved a score of 100% in female management because 40% of our management team is female, which is great. We are continually striving to be a diverse and inclusive equal opportunity employer, as well as, always supporting local suppliers whenever we can. Okay, next. As one of the new objectives for community, we also instituted a volunteer day. So where any of us could take a day and volunteer wherever we wanted to. So the marketing team decided to do a makeover of our local Humane Society's small animal room. And where we went in, we completely painted it, and then we bought them some new rabbit hutches and enclosures to use, which they were very needed and very appreciated. We actually work with them all year long. We provide them as much bedding as possible, and of course the coupons. And it's really gratifying and rewarding for all of us to be able to do that. So, I mean, in conclusion, we greatly appreciate the guidance and partnership of PSC, and we're really excited about the future and what it'll bring for more impactful sustainability practices, you know, not only at Healthy Pet, but in the pet industry that, of course, helps protect our families, our pets, and our planet. Thank you.
Leslie, thank you so much. What a wonderful presentation. Last but not least, we have Spencer Williams, CEO of Westpaw. You are good to go to have the floor.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit about Westpaw. I started in 1996, and that was a good year to start pet companies, I think. And we really wanted to make manufacturing our product something we were really passionate about. So being a manufacturer is something that's unique in our industry. We manufacture on the other side of the wall here about 95% of our product with a really talented workforce. So if you go to the next slide, let me tell you a little bit about what Westpaw is doing. We think of ourselves as being dog's best friend. We know that we are a good company making great products for dogs because we started off in 1996, the real focus on manufacturing our own products so we could create jobs and diversify our economy. And that passion for manufacturing has helped us continue to grow every day. We really think that by having that quality control over our products helps us to be able to connect with people about why we do what we do and why it matters. For instance, back in 1996, we had certified organic catnip in our product line. And we did that because we knew that certified organic was really important. We also have always been able to reuse banana boxes throughout our production floor. People who walk through our production floor often wonder, why do you use banana boxes? It's been a core philosophy of our company to minimize our impact by not causing things that are very useful to go to waste. And so as a very frugal manufacturer, the little things that we do, like reusing banana boxes for years and years and years, is part of our lean philosophy, but it's also part of our green strategies. So we've been operating for 23 years, and we've got a really dedicated workforce here of a highly engaged people who really care about making products for dogs. And we put a lot of effort into thinking about how do we do things that are really sustainable and right for our customers and for their dogs. And that means that it comes down to the design of the product, everything from the materials that we use to how the product is made safely in our factory. And we started years ago using recycled plastic bottles. We wanted to create a supply chain demand for the recycling that was existing in the marketplace. Was looking at bringing in that recycled content and turning it into a brand new product. Recycling doesn't have a loop, and so we just really are excited about our innovations to do things like organic cottons and recycled plastic water bottles starting in 2009. So over the years, we've saved over 16 million water bottles from going to landfills. We also took time to really quantify what we did here at Westpaw by becoming a certified B Corp in 2013. So through the summer of 2013, we started filling out the B Impact Assessment, which is a third-party tool to really help a company understand their impacts on community, the environment, and their employees. And we were really pleased that in our first assessment, we scored over 90 points. And we became the industry's first manufacturer to be certified B Corp. Also in that year, we were really grateful to be a part of the Pet Sustainability Coalition, getting that started, and the great of PSC is helping to change the tree for the better. So I want to show you on the next slide a little bit about what we do here in the company, and it is really important for us to think about our impacts and how we minimize them. So when we introduced ZogoFlex, it was a material we developed from scratch. That was back in 2003. We launched our first product in 2004. And at that time, the material was designed around being environmentally friendly, but also being safe for dogs to have in their mouth. And so we took the extraordinary measures of creating a product that was BPA free, phthalate free, latex free, and 100% made in the United States. That material is what we still use today. And we, at the same time, created a guarantee so that consumers and retailers who were unfamiliar with a new product category like we were creating with ZogoFlex could try it with confidence and make sure that the dogs were happy. So we still guarantee. And what's really neat about our Love It guarantee is that it allows people to try the product, and if they don't like it, we'll refund the product or refund their money. Retailers can also do the same thing for them, providing an incredible high-touch service in the stores. We created a program also called Join the Loop. And what we have noticed is that over the years, we are saving thousands of pounds of plastic from going to landfill because we take the products that we get back from our retailers, back from our consumers, we grind them up into these tiny little pellets, and we can make brand new ZogoFlex toys out of that. And that infinite recycling loop that we created with ZogoFlex is something we want to expand today. So with this program, just in the last few years, we've saved over 7,700 pounds of product from going to the landfills. And we look forward to figuring out creative ways to scale this program in the year ahead, because we know that our retailers also don't want product that is no longer being used going into the landfill when Westpac can take it back and recycle it. And as I mentioned earlier, we were 15,000 plastic bottles in landfills. We've turned those into incredible textiles that make the softest, most durable beds, and also turned them into the fiber fill to keep those beds fluffy and the toys full of good stuffing. So that's really important for us to see in action how we can minimize your impact on the environment. So if you go to the next slide, Andrea, I want to just share a few more things about our team here. You know, we are a team that is really envisioning a world where business success is friendly to both people and the planet. And we've been focused on this vision since we put it in place with employee input back in 2012. And it hasn't changed over those years because it really encapsulated what we were doing in all the years leading up to this event where we created this vision, but it's served us so well every year from here on out. What's really neat about this team of people you see before you is they're the ones who make our product. They're the ones who think about what we should do to improve our business. They're very motivated and engaged people, but they're also out on the floor right now making for a retailer to make sure they're stocked for the holidays. We ship every product direct to retailers from our factory here in Bozeman. And so we love those direct relationships. And then I would say also that what's really cool about Westpaw is that our leadership team here of 7 individuals is comprised of 5 women, making 71% of our management women-led. We have an incredibly diverse workforce here of women who are throughout the company. And we see just an incredible opportunity to not only impact the environment, but also our society in really positive ways. So we're really grateful at the company. Our work was noticed, and the assessment scores have shown that we continue to increase, and we were glad to be able to win the Positive Impact Program for toys, and we look forward to working with Pet Sustainability Coalition to bring even more impact that's really positive for our industry and for our planet. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Spencer. At this point, that concludes our presentations from our leading 3 companies in our top 20 of the Positive Impact Program community. But before we move into our question and answer period, I want to talk specifically to retailers with one last message. Your product choices matter. And so in order to maximize this movement for pets, people, and planet, choosing brands and partners who have legitimate sustainability performance and metrics, like the companies within our Positive Impact community that you have just heard from, as well as the several 40 plus others, will increase your consumer loyalty, engage your employees, expand sustainability awareness, and increase your sales. So as you think about next season's product lineup, consider our 2019-2020 Positive Impact community. In order to learn more about these other impact stories from all of other companies, as well as just learn about our community in general, you can, step one, sign up for our retailer network. This is where we are going to be innovating on positive impact stories, plug and play marketing, social media content and graphics, staff training, so that this information comes naturally to those who are in front of customers at your store, discounts, and many more on the community and the products that you love. Step two, following us on our social media platforms, signing up for our newsletter, as well as attending events and educational opportunities like this webinar, and joining our network within the community. Uh-oh, seems to be I exited out. Lastly, step three, we want to encourage everyone to join the Pet Sustainability Coalition. With our globally recognized tools, resources, and implementation support, we are able to take your sustainability practices to a new level and innovate within this industry, putting you in front of the movement that is growing so rapidly. So with that, I'm going to open it up for questions. It looks like we have quite a few. Okay. So the first question we have today is in regards to where the remainder of these positive impact stories can be found. So we are constantly uploading onto our social media platforms such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram as to what our companies are doing and what innovations are taking place. This can go from projects that they're currently working on with our project support team, or awards and debuts of new products that are completely innovative in the industry. So that is where you can find our newest updates, as well as through our newsletter, which we publish monthly, and that incorporates news and inspiration and education from our organization, as well as the Positive Impact Program. I'll leave a couple more minutes for you guys. Just keep sending in your questions. Do you have any questions for our presenters today from Westpaw, Healthy Pet, or Inklover? They are on the line and ready to join us at any moment. All right, gonna leave questions open for just a few moments.
There's a question over here. People want to know if they can see PSC's positive impact companies at trade shows.
Interesting. Okay, so the question is, where can retailers see the Positive Impact Program community at trade shows and year-round? So within our program, we have both a trade show section as well as a full year around-the-clock opportunity to view and visit with these companies. At the trade show specifically, we are at Global Pet Expo, which is coming up this February. We are also at Super Zoo, and we also participate in the Pet Food Experts distributor shows throughout the year. And so with our relaunch of this program earlier this year, we successfully debuted our Positive Impact Program kiosk, as well as a retailer coupon book, which we have also for the first time created at Super Zoo. And with partnership with WPA, we were able to represent these companies and make the show the most sustainable it's ever been. And for those of you who are interested in seeing these companies in person, not only do we have product and communications, as well as these impact stories there at our booth, we also have that coupon. We also had that coupon book, which gave retailers the option to visit with those companies specifically, discuss different discounts and sales in regards to specific positive impact discounts, and also just to connect and also know, well, where is my product coming from? Who is making my product? And really understand the background. Once you guys get to your stores, you're able to explain these products and these companies better with your consumers. Are there any food brands included in this program? Yes, so let me go ahead and return a couple slides. That way we can take a look at our top 20. This does not include our full list of positive impact brands. This is our top 20. So within that, we have designated several different categories: suppliers, pet supplies, non-food consumables, supplements, and foods and treats. As you can see, our top winners, our overall leading companies, are those up at the top of this screen. And then we have the other remaining companies in our top 20 within these categories. So that category actually leads in regards to food and treat companies, but there are also so many others to be investigating and checking out on our website, as well as our social media platforms. Is there signage for retailers? Excellent question. So that is something that we are currently working on in regards to our retailer network. By signing up for our retailer network and clicking on that link that'll send you to our landing page, you'll be subscribed to hearing any updates that we have in regards to debuting more of these benefits and materials for retailers to use in store, as well as online with marketing, educating their staff through training, as well as discounts for some of our positive impact companies. So that is absolutely something that we are currently working on. Can we see Pet Sustainability Coalition's positive impact companies at the trade show? Yes, I believe I answered that one already, as we are currently heading into Global Pet Expo, as well as we also represent at Super Zoo and some of the pet food experts distributor shows. This year as well, we will also be in the European market representing at Interzoo with some of our European brands as well, as they make up about 15 companies within our positive impact program. Alrighty, any last questions for any of our presenters or myself? Let's keep it open for just a little longer. As always, please feel free to reach out. My name is Andrea Zobor, and I am the Positive Impact Program Coordinator, and my email is here on the screen in front of you in case you have any questions about this program or think of anything extra that you weren't able to have answered during this presentation. But with that being said, thank you to everyone who has joined us today, and a big, big thank you to Pets Plus for once again hosting this webinar series, and the incredible brands who joined us today to share with us their unique, engaging, and meaningful positive impact stories. We will be reaching out with the recorded video link, as well as the links that we provided here in our chat box to the landing page for our retailer network and the part 1 of this webinar series. Until next time, be a force for good, and remember to bring positive impact to your pets, the people in your lives, and the planet. Thank you so much for attending. We'll see everybody here soon. Bye-bye.